What's going on, everybody? We are out here in the shop. It is hot. It's like 98 degrees in my shop right now. I am pouring sweat because I just got done cleaning everything, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Bear with me. So today we're gonna be pulling all the suspension out from under this car because I need it to go into this car. So this car has no suspension under it. I got it as a bare tub. We clipped it and did a whole bunch of fucking work to it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. So we're going to pull all the suspension out from under this, and hopefully by the end of this video, this one's going to be rolling. And then we'll see what happens. So yeah, come along with me and let's see what happens. All right, so everything's unbolted, exempt of just the torsion tube bolts that bolt into the body. We got the shocks unbolted, the main brake lines are unbolted, and I just cut the e-brake line because we don't need it anyways, but I still have to take out the main torsion bar bolt and these bolts here, and then we should be able just to lower everything out. We're getting close. We'll get it out and get it on the ground and just see what it looks like and clean it up and then get it ready to go into the race car. It is here on the ground. We got just about everything that came with it. All the shocks and hubs and control arms and everything with it. Like I said, we cut the e-brake lines. And I ended up cutting these rubber lines too because I don't know if you'll be able to see the time lapse, but they were holding me up and wouldn't let it come down all the way. So I just cut them. We're going to use steel braided ones anyways, so we don't really need them. So we got it out. We got it on the ground. We're going to get it outside, and then we're going to start pulling the front off, which will go a lot quicker than taking the rear off because I've already had it off to cut the front end off of this one. And then once we get it all out, we'll get it all cleaned up and go from there. All right, so the front's out. It's here on the ground. The car is completely gutted of suspension, which is a good sign because that means all of this is ready to go into here. I'm probably going to roll it out there and clean it up. And once again, excuse my sweat, man. It is hot. Like it's burning up out here, and I don't have a fan. So subscribe so I can get money to buy a fan so I'm not dying in the heat. But yeah, we're going to pull everything outside. I got to roll the turbo out to get it out there because I don't want to put dents in the race car, the turbo or anything. So let's get that out of here, get it out here, and see if we can get her cleaned up and go from there. All right, so we got everything outside out here in the driveway. We're going to get it all degreased and get it all cleaned up because it's real dusty and crusty. It's been under that car for 40 years, so it doesn't look as it should, and I just want to clean it up a little bit because once you look under the car, it's just something, it'll look nice, you know. You don't want to put all this work in a car and have it be dirty. So if you got a chance to clean it. You know, even though it's a race car and it's just going to get dirty, but at least for the time being, you know it's clean. So we're going to get to that and, yeah, see how far we can get tonight. And if it gets too late and too dark to record, if anything, we'll finish up in the morning and put everything under there tomorrow. But we're going to work till we can't no more and go from there. All right, so we got them all cleaned up, and it's crazy what a little bit of degreaser will do to 40 years worth of dirt. I mean, these things were disgusting, and yeah, they're still wet, but it's actually like a nice clean black now and everything like that. I didn't really clean the cross member too much because I'm not using that one. I have one in the race car itself. So yeah, now that everything's all cleaned up, I got to pull the torque tube out of this car, and then I can put the torque tube in there, then go and put everything back in there. So yeah, let's get the torque tube out and then get all this stuff ready to go in. All right, so we got the torque tube out. It's here on the ground. It looks just as dirty. So what we're gonna do, we're probably gonna pull this outside, clean it up and everything, because it's just as bad as the suspension was. And then we're gonna get this car ready to get everything put back up in there. I'm gonna have to take a step backwards and actually pull the engine back out. I put it in there for mock-up purposes to make sure the frame rails and stuff were straight from where we clipped it. Just wanted to make sure everything fit fine. But I'll pull it out so then that way, whenever we go to put the torque tube in, we're not fighting it and everything like that. And then it'll also be easier to put the front suspension and stuff back under it without the engine in there. So we'll just get it put in and then go from there. And then hopefully after all the suspension's in, we can put the engine in for the final time. So let's just get to it and see what happens. All right, so the motor's out, torque tube's ready to go in. So we're gonna get that under here and get her up in there and then start putting all the front suspension back in. So we're gonna go back into a time lapse and try to get this thing back together. So we got the torque tube in, you can see it right there. But next we're gonna do the front suspension. I need to pull the cross member out of there because as you can see, I already have one in the car. So we're gonna use that one. It's already in there, may as well. And another thing too, this frame got really twisted and I have not unbolted that since the frame got twisted. And I think I'm gonna leave it in there and worry about that problem another day. I think it should be fine, but why create more work? So I'm just going to take out the 6 bolts or however many much and then put everything up in there because I can get the sway bars and control arms and all that stuff put up in there without having the cross member in there. So we're going to get to it and then get it all in there. Then I think we're going to call it a night after that one. So it's the next day. Last night I got all the front suspension in. It's all bolted up, ready to go. Next step, we're gonna be putting the rear suspension and stuff in. I think we're gonna get this in there and I think I'm gonna end that video off here because that should be next step. And then the next video, we'll probably go through and put the motor and the trans and everything in. So yeah, so let's get to it and get the rear suspension in and we'll get this video to an end. All right, so the rear suspension's in. It's all up in there on both sides. Let me get this jack out of the way. Shocks are all put in, everything's bolted in and tight. So yeah, we've got all the new suspension in there out of the parts car. I think I'm gonna end this video off here. In the next video, we're gonna be doing the engine and the trans and everything like that, but the suspension's in, so that means it'll roll on its own, which is a huge, huge step in the right direction for this car. Maybe a couple more videos, we'll be able to see this thing on track. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.